Welcome to this NCAA Women's Basketball Fast Break Officiating video. I'm Penny Davis, NCAA National Coordinator of Women's Basketball Officiating. The topic of this edition is timing scenarios. Let's look at some plays. Changes of team control can be challenging when a ball is deflected, loose, batted, inadvertently kicked, and rolling around as we see on this play. Officials must concentrate to officiate these chaotic plays and also be aware of the defense gaining control for even a brief period of time. On this play, the defensive team in gold gains control in the midcourt area when gold 21 collects the ball and quickly passes it. With this change of control, it is the duty of the shot clock operator to reset the shot clock to 30. This timing mistake can be corrected by the crew when the error is recognized. The crew does a good job to wait until control was gained, as this is an appropriate moment to stop play and correct the timing mistake without disadvantaging either team. When possible, officials should also avoid stopping play to correct timing mistakes if there is an immediate drive to the basket or shot attempt. In this play, the shot attempt by White does not hit the rim. The defensive player, who is out of bounds, jumps from out of bounds and controls the ball. What is the correct time on the shot clock? A, 30 seconds, B, 20 seconds, or C, 6 seconds? You make the call. Since the defender's airborne status is based on where they were last touching the court, the player caused the ball to be out of bounds as soon as they touch the ball. The correct answer is C, 6 seconds remain on the shot clock, and the ball is awarded to White for an end-line throw-in. It's important to understand the rules and ways to score when there is very little time on the clock, and to realize that 0.3 of a second is a very short amount of time. Regardless of the amount of time on the clock, a team does have a chance to score. By rule, in any quarter or overtime, when there is 0.3 of a second or less and play is resuming from a throw-in or a free throw, a player can only score a field goal by means of a tap of a pass or a tap of a missed free throw. Here's a breakdown of the ways to score with limited time on the clock. 0.4 or more, this is a catch and shoot situation. There is enough time to control and shoot the ball. With 0.3, 0.2, or 1/10 remaining, this is a tap-only situation. You can only score by tapping the ball. In this play, the offensive player catches the ball and immediately shoots the ball, which goes into the basket. By rule, the goal cannot be scored as the time remaining on the clock was 1/10 of a second, which means that the only scoring option available with this amount of time is a tap of the ball. Since the player caught the ball, the official correctly waves off the basket immediately. Replay will not be used on this play. Let's now look at an example of a player executing a tap to score. A tap is a type of try for field goal whereby a player attempts to score 2 or 3 points by directing a live ball into their team's basket with their hand or fingers without the ball coming to rest in their hand. A tap can be with 1 or 2 hands, however the player cannot control the ball. This is an example of a player tapping the ball. This is a way to score with 0.3 or less on the game clock or shot clock. Had this play occurred at the end of the shot clock or game clock period, after making a ruling on the court, the officials shall use replay if available to determine whether the tap was released before a reading of the zeros on the game clock. Officials should use an embedded stopwatch to measure the time from the initial tap to the ball no longer making contact with the tapping hand. Here's another example of a 0.3 play from a throw-in. The offensive player receives a lob pass, catches it, thereby gaining control. Since the player caught the ball rather than tapping the ball, with this amount of time remaining, the goal, if made, cannot count. The center official on this play should immediately signal no goal or expiration of time when the horn sounds, rather than waiting to see the outcome of the shot. Had the ball gone in the basket on this play, the officials should immediately wipe off the basket. Officials would not use replay on these types of plays when a player gains control of the ball, as we see here. The clock stops in the fourth quarter or any overtime on a made basket when the ball clears the net. When officials recognize that the clock did not stop appropriately, a timing mistake has occurred. When replay is available, officials may use the technology to correct this mistake. If there is no replay available, officials can stop play and adjust the time based upon their observation of the clock not stopping. At replay, officials will look for the exact time that the ball first clears the net completely. As we have demonstrated that tenths matter in this video, accuracy is of high importance in these critical moments. Here's footage of the subsequent review of the time when the ball completely clears the net. The clock should be adjusted to 19.4 seconds. When at replay, officials will use the time on the game clock in the live footage and not the informational scorebug displayed by the broadcast, as this is not an official resource and variances in time can be noticed. Good catch and correction by the crew. I hope that this information and the examples will help you understand the special timing situations in our game. Thank you for your support of women's basketball. Are you interested in becoming an official? Go to ncaa.org/sayyes-to-officiating for more information.